Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Ballistic Barbecue. Today, I'm asking you to join me on pure pork sensory overload. Let's get going. All right, so today's recipe was inspired by an episode of Man vs. Food I saw just the other day. He went to a restaurant in Puerto Rico called Restaurante Raices. I butchered the name, I'm sorry. And he was served a dish called Chuleta con. And basically what they were was these humongous pork chops that were roasted, seasoned and roasted and then deep fried. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so let me show you the meat we're gonna be working with. Check this out. Nice pork loin. This is the pork chop right here. Runs down to the belly, the bacon basically. And we still have the skin on here. As you can see, this particular little piggy was a rebel. Got a little tatted up, but we're not going to worry about that. So first thing I'm going to do is take my knife and I'm going to cut through the skin in slits. Right, here we are. So I made nice slices throughout the skin on both these slices of meat. Now, first off, I wanted to point out, I realize some of these things might be a little hard to obtain as far as the ingredients are concerned, but there's some really cool technique going on here, and I'm hoping at the very least you'll draw some inspiration, because believe me, I was really inspired by this episode. Next thing we're going to do is make a marinade for this meat. All right, now this episode didn't give the recipe, it just kind of gave you an idea of what went into this thing, and I encourage you guys to do the same. Very simple kind of a herby marinade I think would work great. First thing I'm going to do is add 3/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil into a food processor here. And I have 1/4 cup of white vinegar, 1/4 cup of adobo seasoning, 2 tablespoons of, now this is Aleppo peppers, dried pepper, and I would encourage kind of a more of a mild, this is kind of mild with a little bit of a sweetness to it. Paprika would probably go really well. 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. Now, this is something that some of you guys may have difficulty finding. It's called culantro, and in the American stores you'll see it under culantro, jagged leaf cilantro, or jagged leaf coriander. In the Asian markets you'll find it under nogai, and it's very commonly used in pho, which is, you know, a Vietnamese soup. So I just got a little bundle of this and I'm going to break it up, throw it in the food processor here. Now we're going to process. And there we go. Now let's get this marinade on the pork. All right, so what I'm going to do is just very simply pour this marinade over the pork and rub it in. I want to get the skin side that I did the slits. I want to make sure I get this marinade worked in between those slices. All right, so I'm just going to get this marinade all nice and worked into those crevices, all those little slices that I put into the skin. Cover this, get it in the fridge. After it's done marinating, I will meet you in the patio where we're going to barbecue this up. See you in a bit. All right, guys, the big green egg is preheated to 350. We're going to get these big old slabs of pork on here. Very good. All right, what I'm going to do now is cook these slabs of pork until they reach an internal temp of about 150. At that point, I'll foil them, allow them to just relax, but they'll come up in temp. I wanted them to hit 160. After they hit 160, they're taking a plunge in molten pork fat, guys. So You're not going to want to miss that, so stick around. See you in a bit. All right, guys. Took the temperature just a little while ago, and we hit that 150 mark that I wanted. How's that looking, meat? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous meat. So what I'm going to do now, again, is wrap this up in foil, let it come up to that 160, and I'll meet you out here for the next step, which is going to be really fun. All right, so that pork is up to temp. It's ready to deep fry now. I've got my 22-inch wok sitting on top of the Weber. It's got pork fat in it. It's up to temp now. Before we get the pork in there, however, what we're going to serve with this meal is a twice fried plantain. So, I'm going to go for the first frying right now. And I'm just going to very quickly fry these, and then I'm going to get them on some paper towel. It's a good way to do French fries, by the way. Twice fry them. You see, it's looking pretty good. All right, time to get the pork in here now. All right, I'm going to slowly immerse this, the skin sides down. I want to turn it into like a crackling here. All right, guys, this is what I'm looking for. You see how this skin is basically turned into cracklins or chicharrones, however you want to pronounce it. What I'm going to do now is pull the pork out of the oil, put it on some paper towels, let it drain a little bit, and then we're going to get it into the second frying of those plantains. All right, so those plantains, let's get them in the oil. All right, so plantains are done. And again, I'm going to get these back on the paper towel here. Now what we're going to do before we get everything plated up and start eating is mash these. All right, so I'm just going to pour a few of these guys in this bowl. I'm using my mojito muddler to get these smashed up. And these are just going to be nice, it's more like a potato, and they look like bananas, but they do not taste anything like a banana. And there you go. All right, let's get this food plated up. All right, so first let's just lay this gorgeous slab of pork. You can hear the crackling down on the plate. You can just see, again, all that nice crispy skin. Then the starch. There you go, guys. Chuleta con. One thing left to do. Let's try it. All right, first thing I'm going to do is just go for a nice piece of this belly meat. See, it's still very, very, very juicy. Skin, gosh. You know, you get that crisp, that chicharrone crisp. Then that nice caramelization of that pork. This is a winner, guys. Winner, chicken dinner, pork dinner. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.